Welcome back. Today is day 4 of Learn AI with me. I'm very excited to have you today because I am going to debut my favorite tool to use, and that is ChatGPT. Many people have used Chat by now, but you may not have used Chat the way that I use Chat. Let's talk about it. I'm going to share my screen. Now, my intention this day is to show you that ChatGPT can be used in a lot of different ways, depending on how you prompt, where you prompt, and what feature you use to prompt with. Most people know this, but I just want to show you a couple of things. One, if I were to put a regular prompt into ChatGPT, I'm going to get their best first idea. They typically don't ask questions until the end. They want to give you a little bit of context first, right? They want to say, hey, we delivered something, your intention is speed, boom, you've got speed. So you're going to get an answer. When sometimes you need questions, and sometimes it's you have to give it more information in order to get exactly what it is you're looking for. So let's gauge this answer together. And then I'm going to take the same exact prompt and try it in one or two of the other GPTs I've built. I have about 4 or 5 that I've built, but there are 2 that are marketing and content related that I would love to see what this prompt creates, depending, of course, on how the Wi-Fi does. Okay, so my prompt was I want to do a 6-week accelerator. I want to help CEOs and their teams ignite their ideas with AI. I have leveraged AI tools for marketing content on social, emails, LinkedIn posts, pitch decks, websites, and much more. I want to teach those who are ready how they can monetize their ideas quickly and keep it on brand. Now, I'm going to launch this in about a month at my Her Spark event here in Atlanta. So, I'm asking the GPT, where should I start in terms of marketing and generating sales? Now, my prompt was full of context, but I did not give the GPT a role, and then I did not feed it any information. I didn't give it a website. I didn't, upload a PDF. I didn't give it information. Like maybe I could have done a little bit of research on other accelerators that have done well, because the more context, the better your response. So this is going to be a level 1 response, though I have a lot of storage or like stored data and memory in here. So it is going to meet me at the marketing level, but a prompt like this and somebody else's is going to give them something completely different. So let's just assess it really quickly. Okay, this is not about launching a program. It's about inviting the right minds into a transformation they already want. We're not trying to overbuild or drain my creativity. Accelerators sell speed and confidence and brand integrity. Perfect. They've given me a tagline, a 6-week ignition lab for CEOs and teams who already have ideas, but they want to turn them into monetized on brand assets using AI. Did you all notice how that was pretty much what I wrote in my prompt? Yeah. So they've given me something, and it's a starter place, and they went quickly. Now, what happens if I were to, this was ChatGPT, and it goes on, right? I have a step 2, anchor the offer to a visible outcome, and it gives me some examples, live, like course or pilot, a pitch deck, starting to put it together. They talked about what to do at my event, share before and after story. I think that's a pretty good idea, a live AI moment, which I planned on doing. I like that. And so they gave me a pre-event content pillar, sell it in 2 phases to decide your primary call to action. And then they said where they would personally start. Name the accelerator, write the end of 6-week story, decide who it's for, and then they didn't ask me any questions. They just said they would give me more answers. Okay. Now, certain GPTs, when you build them your own, you can tell it to ask you questions. You can also personalize your own GPT, right? You can go into your settings, here. But where I really wanted to show you was personalization. This is where you could say, like, ask me questions every time I start the first thing. That is not how I set it up because I like to build a GPT for that. So as I mentioned, I have about four or five. This is one I built for a client. Trendy and Brainstorm are what I'm going to show you today. My dog is behind me playing around with things that I do not know. And then I built a GPT for an event that I was supporting the marketing for. And I'm also learning more about marketing funnels. And so Ignite Your Funnel is one of those, a marketing funnel generator. Let's start with trendy. I'm going to say take this same prompt. Actually, I'm going to start with brainstorm. Trendy is a favorite, so I actually want to end on trendy. Okay, so we're in brainstorm and current model is 5.2. We're going to drop this same prompt in, and brainstorm, as it's generating, is intended to be far more strategic, but it also has a few of my frameworks and my creative IP on the back end. So it should give me more creative ideas. And if you've noticed, the language changed immediately. All right, this is prime brainstorm territory. You're not starting from zero, you're starting from authority and timing and a live moment. The mistake would be marketing this like a course. It needs to feel like a CEO level unfair advantage that just happens to be taught over 6 weeks. Did anybody else are y'all hearing the difference? Okay, the difference is differencing. Don't mind me. Okay, so similar on the list of items, right? Start with the outcome, not the accelerator, but it gave me different ideas and different places to start. So in 6 weeks, this is being consumer focused. My idea will blank so I can blank. Okay, that's for the marketing. Core outcome, turn one high potential idea, okay, into a monetizable on brand offer using AI without sounding generic or burning months. I mean, that sounded like a sales line to me. Oh, remember the other one said you should name it. This one gave me names because I have my creative IP in the back end, AI boot camp, content accelerator, marketing with AI, or frame it as a CEO lab, a private accelerator, and on and on. What you're actually selling. Okay, mindset shift. My marketing flywheel. I don't remember seeing a marketing flywheel on the other one. So this is information you would not have access to, information you could not process, information you could not leverage if you weren't leveraging my GPT that I coded with my custom IP based off of 15 years of marketing experience. But remember, description for how to get access to this type of a GPT. Now let's do trendy. Now brainstorm is really cool because I hit a couple of Easter eggs into brainstorm. So I'm gonna show y'all that another day. I'm gonna wrap this one up because we're already getting close to time, and I said I would keep these short and sweet. Let me show you how trendy would respond. Brainstorm I made when I was still working at a digital marketing agency. I was very analytical and I was thinking about strategy, right? Like I need to be able to delegate this, or I need to hands off this. I need some of the decisions made creatively so we can move quickly. And made it while I was at an agency. It has my agency side in there just by default of when I made it. Trendy, I made when I determined that my creativity would lead to me capitalizing on my excellence. And I can do that with AI. And when I realized that, I realized I could have more personality and that people enjoy things with personality. So instead of brainstorm, which was this play on brainstorm and also technical, analytical, strategic, smart, trendy is supposed to be relatable, personable. She is your hook finding, trend hook writing, trend finding, content bestie, GPT, and her name is Trendy. As a matter of fact, I need to write that in here so that I can remember it every single time. Hook writing, trend finding, content bestie named Trendy. So Trendy is lit. Okay, she is millennial and Gen Z coded. So when I give her things, she gives me back energy. Y'all ready? Let's go. Oh, this is such a power move. You're not just launching a program, you're launching a fast lane for leaders who don't want to dabble, they want ROI. Let's get you paid before the 6 weeks even start. Oh, I'm in because no one else mentioned getting me paid before the 6 weeks even started. Theoretically, they did, but they didn't lay it out this way. Now I'm excited. Now I'm like, let's go to work. After I get off this, I'm about to get some things done. Okay, step one, lock the money message before any marketing. You need a radical clarity on what they're going to walk away with. Everybody said that, but they said it better. Well, Trendy said it better. In 6 weeks, CEOs and teams will use AI to turn one clear idea into a branded, revenue ready asset without overthinking, overbuilding, or losing their voice. I like Brandstorm's version as well. And remember, I created both of those. My creative IP is in both of them. This one is Gen Z and millennial coded. The other one's a little bit more savvy, right? A strategist. So I kind of like the way the strategist one sounded, but maybe I can blend them. Alrighty, position it as an accelerator, not a course. All right, we got that same idea. This is for leaders who are tired of experimenting with AI and are ready to operationalize it for revenue. I like that. Start marketing with authority signals, not a sales page. So you already have the receipts. Here are my content pillars. See, I didn't get into content pillars. I'll have to read the other one to compare it. Use her spark as the conversion moment, which we will. Okay. Okay. Simple sales funnel. Okay. Interest list. Let's get the DMs, the emails, the signups. I need one sales page. Very simple. They said I can even do a Notion page. An application or quick call. Okay. Perfect. Monetize the speed. Okay. Clarify what it is that people really want, which is the clarity and the velocity. And I need to price it accordingly because I haven't even thought about the pricing yet. Okay. And so not the same price as what it would cost to work with me directly. Makes sense. Faster than trial and error. Okay, way faster. I can teach you how to build a GPT if you've never created one before. It takes you some time because then you have to test it and you may not even know how to start it, how to like decide what it is you're looking for and what information it needs to give you what it is that you want. So getting people there faster is it's in line. It's in line. Okay. So between Trendy and Brainstorm for me, I'm going to give Brainstorm this win. Now, this is where Trendy usually shines. Okay, solid start. Now I need a content strategy for the next week to soft launch this offer without details, just vibes. Watch this. This is where Trendy shines. Trendy is meant for our content ideas, right? Our what? She's our hook writing, trend finding, content bestie. So I'm assuming these are good, but let's find out together. Yes, this is exactly the right move. Something's brewing. Ooh, okay. A shift post for LinkedIn and Instagram. I'm noticing a shift in how the smartest leaders are using AI. Ooh, that is a signal immediately because it's like, oh, if I'm a smart leader, then I need to be using AI that way. So immediately I'm reined in. There's a core message, which is more internal than anything. Day two, the personal POV. AI didn't change my creativity, it gave it direction. Actually, it gave it speed. It gave it the opportunity to become real outside of my brain and on the paper, literally on the paper, and realize very quickly. That's what it gave me. And on and on. The reframe. So it gives me Reels, TikTok, LinkedIn, Instagram, stories, and shorts. It gives me the different ways to tie it in. It's going to give me captions if I wanted, a DM reply framework. This is my social media bestie. Brainstorm, on the other hand, is meant to be my marketing strategist, all in one. And Brainstorm, her spark. If you write the name of the GPT, which is Brainstorm, by itself, it's going to give you some creative ideas. If you affix it to something that it is familiar with, like my event, then it's going to give you some other creative. Okay, each of those GPTs had different personalities. The question is, what is it that you need? And so when I teach different people how to really leverage these tools, we really start with getting clarity. So I invite you again, either via your notebook or on a computer, like in a Google Doc or a Word doc. What is it that you want to build? What is it that you want to accelerate? What is it something that you have to work on all of the time? So join me for day 5 of Learn AI with me. I'll see you then. Bye.